In this video, I'm going to talk to you about awakening psychic abilities, so stay tuned. Hi everyone, it's Ray with Tarot Living. Thanks so much for joining. This is the channel where we talk about all things spiritual. So if you're interested in tarot, astrology, psychic development, then be sure to subscribe and hit the bell notification below. And also you can join me on Facebook and Instagram. All of the links are in the description section below. So today let's talk about psychic development or psychic abilities and what that all means. So generally speaking, psychic abilities is really an ability to experience, see, know something that is outside of our 5 typical physical senses. And it's really the ability to, in my opinion, connect to that which is on the other side of the veil and being able to intuit information and obtain information. And there are many different modes or ways in which you can do that. And we're going to talk about that in more detail today. And that is called the clairs. And I'm sure many people have heard of the clairs. Clair means clear. So for example, clairvoyance, voyance means seeing, so clear seeing. And we're going to go into the details of a few of those clairs today, just so that you have a good understanding of it. But before we get started, this video is really just informational only in terms of what is psychic development and what are the clairs. If you're wanting to do this in terms of reading for clients or doing it professionally, you should seek out professional advice, go to a teacher, go to a mentor, and talk to them about how to do this ethically and appropriately. So the first thing, when you're looking at awakening your psychic abilities or developing your psychic abilities, you want to be familiar with all the clairs that we're going to talk about today. And all of these clairs relate to some type of sense that you might have within your own body, or a feeling, or a knowingness, or a seeing, or hearing. And those ways in which you might get information could relate to some of the strengths that you already have in terms of what you're using for your physical senses. So some people who are very visually oriented may have very strong clairvoyance, which is clear seeing. Some people who are very musical and who have perfect pitch and can hear a lot of sounds and music well, perhaps they are more clairaudient. So now we should talk about the clairs in more detail, and I'll let you know the chakras that are associated with those clairs. So let's talk about the first clair that we've already mentioned, clairvoyance, so clear seeing. And that's really with your third eye or your brow chakra. And if you want more information about the crystals that I use to enhance my chakras and open them even more to receive information better, check out the link above. So with clairvoyance, it's really about seeing pictures that come to you. So this can happen to me during different times. So during meditation, I can actually have information coming to me that is in pictures, and it's kind of like a movie playing is the best way I can describe it. So if I'm going into a long meditation and I'm saying, okay, I need to connect to these guides and I want to answer these questions for a client or for myself, then it's really like a movie starts running. So my job is to observe. So it's like watching a movie and you want to observe everything that you're actually seeing with your third eye. So it is not seeing with your physical eyes, it is seeing with your third eye. And that information can come to you through pictures, flashes of information, a number, a symbol, sometimes it's a tarot card, and sometimes, like I said, it's a longer movie. So if it's a past life, for example, I'll actually be transported to that life and that environment. So I am now seeing through my third eye everything around me. So I can scan and I can move my vision and my ability to see all around me. And just remember that sometimes it's very hard to grasp what they're giving you from the other side because it happens very, very quickly. So sometimes we miss it and we think, oh, I think I was given something, but I think I missed it. So just do what I call like a whiteboard. White it all out and then start over and say, okay, give it to me again. And then have them give that to you again so that you can hopefully pick it up with your third eye. Additionally, when I'm reading tarot cards, for example, I will also see visions. So when I'm doing a tarot card reading, Information tends to come to me, and sometimes it's like a large amount of information at once. If it's information that I'm seeing, I'll often say on the recording even, they are showing me. So when I say showing me, it means I've seen a picture of some sort. It means that I'm envisioning something. So that is clairvoyance. Hopefully that will help you to understand how we can receive information through our third eye or our brow chakra. The second one that I wanted to talk to you about is claircognizance. And claircognizance is really about the crown chakra, in my opinion. And I've done a little bit of reading on what other people think in terms of which chakra, and I have heard that from other people as well. For me, it's really a flow of information from the crown chakra, from spirit, and then I'm filled with a knowingness. Claircognizance is clear knowing or clear thinking. And it's really very much about understanding something that you think, I don't know why I know that, or I don't know why I understand that, but information was given to me and I just have a knowingness about it. So this can happen during tarot readings as well, where I have a sense about something that it just seems obvious to me. So I just have a knowingness about it. It can even happen, for example, when somebody is first walking in my home and I'm doing a reading, or I'm reading their energy pattern and I'm thinking, this all seems obvious to me already before we've even started the reading. And sometimes I'll actually go back to that information because oftentimes that initial impression is claircognizance, and it really gives me sort of a sense of the situation before I've even pulled out the tarot cards. So that's one way that I experience it. And then certainly during readings, it's just really an understanding of the cards. For example, if you're in a tarot card reading and the card can mean 1, 2, or 3 things and you just know it means the third thing, that's claircognizance. You just know it. You don't know how you know it, but you just know it. So to me, that is information coming in from your crown chakra, from spirit. Okay, the next one I want to talk to you about is clairaudience. So clairaudience actually relates to your throat chakra, which is all about communication. It is about talking, listening, communicating in whatever form. So that can mean communicating, of course, physically in our physical bodies, but it can also mean communicating with the other side. So I have a very strong throat chakra, and blue is my favorite color, which is the color of that chakra. So for this clairaudience, it means clear hearing. And this information doesn't often come through your physical ears, so just be aware that it's not necessarily something you're going to hear physically outside of your body. Although that has happened to me on a few occasions, that is not typical. And I think it's not typical for a lot of different psychics and mediums. So the information actually is in an internal ear, or a dialogue, what I would call a dialogue in my head. And that dialogue, and I've heard this before from a couple other people, I have a medium friend who told me this, and I was shocked because I always felt this, but I had never had anyone actually acknowledge it. And then I heard it another time recently. Basically, it comes in from the right side of my brain. So that dialogue is happening somehow over here. And this information tends to be information that I think is passed through from my own guides, because my own guides stand on my right. It is information that I'm getting from the other side where that dialogue happens. Now, I don't know if that's for everybody. I'm just explaining what's happening for me. So for this one, you really need to do a lot of meditating, a lot of practice around it to determine for yourself, what is just my ego voice going, or is that my internal voice where I'm actually, receiving information through clairaudience. Another one I want to talk to you about is clairsentience. And clairsentience is all about clear feeling. So this is where a feeling can come over you during a reading. And this is stepping outside my comfort zone because I don't actually get this one nearly as much as the others, but I know a lot of people do. So I think that clear feeling can be, of course, it's your heart chakra, or it can even be, I think, gut instinct, but it's a feeling that comes over you, that you feel very strongly about something. You're picking up on the emotions or experiences of others through a feeling sense. So it's a little bit less informational, I think, and more on the side of feeling. If anyone has that clair that's very strong for them, please leave a message below and share a little bit more about that so that all of the subscribers can read more about it. And the last one that I want to talk to you about is clairtangency. And clairtangency is also known as psychometry. So that is where it's very tangible. So it's very much tactile. And so you are holding an item of somebody's that you're doing a reading for example, and through that item, you're picking up energy and information, and you might actually feel something in any of your chakras, I would imagine, or any of the clairs once you experience that item in your hand. So just to summarize, there are many different ways that you can receive psychic information. So you would want to do some reading on all of these different clairs and determine, what are the gifts that you have? What kind of areas might be strengths for you that you can awaken and look at developing for yourself. So I hope this has been helpful in some way. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to give me a like or a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe. Take care and have a great day.